wish your boss were more self-aware? Ever frustrated by being micromanaged but didn't say anything? Feel underappreciated at work? There are many things in life I'm unsure about. One thing I'm not. At work, you don't always say what you think needs to be said. And not just you. Your co-workers hold back too. This is a monstrous work injustice. When you hold back what needs to be said, you're not using your voice, not being who you are. And that's not right. Worse again, in holding back, neither you nor your organization are fulfilling your potential. This is tragic. I can't stand it. See, my day job is guiding senior management to win as one. I help leaders commit to each other's success, build powerful chemistry to lead together, and outperform. I love it. Most people, though, don't love work. Gallup research reports 85% of the world's employees are disengaged at work. The cost? $7 trillion in lost economic productivity. Massive underperformance. For 85%, work is a drag, causing an epidemic of holding back. And not just the rank and file. Managing directors of banks, partners of law firms, deans of universities have said, "Molly, I can't say that." Senior leaders not saying what needs to be said haven't helped those 5 levels down. The very next thing I hear, "It'll never change." Perhaps you feel vindicated. Ha, it's not just me. You're in good company, and misery may love it, but this is nonsense. While it might feel like Zoom and WebEx have taken over your life, these crazy COVID times are an epic opportunity to finally reinvent how you and those around you interact. I understand you see barriers to speaking up. You think your boss or colleagues need to change. If you think someone else keeps you from speaking up, there's not much upside for you in this talk. On the other hand, if you're open to owning your fair share, I have 3 key skills to help you say it skillfully so that you overcome any barriers and achieve your full potential. Even better, you'll be free to be a human at work, and together we'll win as one. I'll take you through 2 common scenarios and show you how to skillfully speak up versus sit silent on the sidelines. Here's the first one. 10 of you are debriefing a major project. You're stunned. The project lead, Alex, throws folks not in the meeting under the bus. People nervously gaze down. Crickets. You know these folks can defend themselves and want to say something, but don't know what. Caught off guard, you're speechless, processing what you just heard and miss the chance to influence the situation. This meeting ends with unfair blame, and worse, breeds lack of transparency and trust. Under the bus. Business speak for, oh well, gotta blame someone. May seem a fact of life. Fear not. I'll deconstruct what's going on and how you can step up. In the debrief, Alex, who you felt threw the folks under the bus, thinks they're the culprits, not out of malice. This is Alex's reality. But you and others thought, wait, isn't there more to the story? You had a different reality, though didn't speak up, so the team wasn't on the same page. You all lacked an accurate shared reality. Easy to blame the project lead for a premature conclusion, but you didn't call Alex out, which contributed to the problem. You're not a bad person. You were shocked, maybe even afraid to disagree with the project lead. I get it. What if, instead of being stunned into silence, you skillfully said, "Hey Alex, I want to jump in. I hear your point of view and want to be respectful. Are we saying these folks are at fault? Just want to be sure I'm understanding." Pause for clarification. Your tone of genuine curiosity helps temper a defensive response. Perhaps you misunderstood, and this clears the air. If not, I understand we want to be responsive to management. So you all know, with what I understand, that's not my conclusion. Putting myself in their shoes, I'd ask us to unpack the full story and not leave here assuming they're at fault. But I'm happy to talk to them and report back. Congratulations. You overcame your initial shock, took a deep breath and let go of your anxiety, and with courage and curiosity, you followed your moral compass without accusing or being negative and modeled transparency and action. You're a hero. This is possible. One more scenario, then I'll share a framework to help you be the A even A+ player in the eyes of your bosses and colleagues alike. Okay, the Marathon Weekly status call. Once again, Sam is going on and on, hijacking the call. Drives you crazy. And few on the call ever say anything, maybe because Sam takes so much airtime. Familiar? Feel like meetings are a waste or could be so much better? No one reins in Sam. In quiet frustration, you look down and do email. Hardly world-class meeting performance and doesn't exactly make you love your job. Imagine hearing yourself skillfully say, Sam, I appreciate your passion and expertise. We're fortunate for it. I'm actually a bit lost. Would you kindly sum up the main points, a sentence or two? After, you loop back with positive reinforcement. Hey Sam, your top takeaways were super helpful, thanks. Wow, you kept the meeting on track and Sam felt appreciated. Awesome to use your voice positively and productively. Seriously, you could do this. Here's what you need to know. Your relationship with yourself and others makes or breaks your success. The group or individual with the highest intelligence or skill set doesn't necessarily come out on top. Those who create an accurate shared reality make the best decisions, execute with speed, and achieve great outcomes. Let's unpack shared reality. Beyond physical time, space, and distance, there's little objective reality. In any situation, you have your reality, your colleagues have theirs, all of you think your reality is right, that's why you have it, but that can't be. The group's not on the same page. This is jet fuel for dysfunction and disengagement. Lack of shared reality is kryptonite to people working together well. Shared reality results when two or more people make the effort to build a common view of the world around them. This view may be narrow, as in what skills must our next new hire have, or far-reaching. How do we know all employees understand and buy into our vision? Shared reality is like a launch pad. It's a common platform from which we can soar, and the sky's the limit, individually and collectively. When people speak without fear and feel heard, work together to make good ideas great, and let go of what doesn't serve us, we create more value in meeting than we ever thought possible. This is what it means to win as one. People trust they can be who they are, find the best ways to work together, and play the game for each other, just like the championship teams. So how does your group get to a shared reality? You must hear all relevant voices, especially the dissenting or unpopular ones. This is essential. Only with transparency are you aware of a disconnect, much less able to address it. You may be like most, who find it hard to disagree with your boss, suggest an idea that might be wrong, or admit you don't know the answer. You're not a bad person for holding back, but you are perpetuating the disconnects we saw with Alex and Sam. Two options. Say nothing and knowingly contribute to the problem. Call this play small. Or learn to say it skillfully and be part of the solution. You play big. You may think, sure, Molly, in the land of unicorns and rainbows, this makes total sense. I want all this, but my boss, management, coworkers don't. I hear you. Your boss doesn't want to hear it. Colleagues not making it safe. The rubber meets the road. Your boss drives to work, gripping the steering wheel saying, I'm gonna make it so scary no one tells me what I need to hear, and I never want to be self-aware. Your colleague flies out of bed and blurts, oh, what a great day. Can't wait to see how crappy a teammate I can be. Doubt it. More likely, they're unaware of their behaviors and negative impact, and unless someone says something, they will never know. If someone felt disrespected by you, or thought you were missing key information, wouldn't you want to know? Now, you may work in a toxic squash employees to a pulp environment. They exist. Where people aren't valued, more skillfulness is not the answer. Step back. There are workplaces that deserve you. While daunting to leave the evil you know, by staying you allow toxic culture to endure. You have much to contribute. Give yourself permission to find those who value you. For the rest, I'm not pretending work is a fairy tale. Even when you know people want the tough news, it can be uncomfortable, even scary. You don't want to offend, look bad, or risk your job. I understand. You want to speak up, but struggle. What words do I use? How do I come across the right way? It's straightforward. We'll start with the logic that underlies a skillful approach to challenging conversations. Think of your role along 2 dimensions, task and relationship. Task is often at the forefront. Hit the numbers, make the deadline. The relationship dimension, though, underpins the highest performance. What matters most in relationship is how we navigate our communications with ourselves and others. For sure, the task must get done, but by focusing less on task and more on communicating ways that show you value people as humans, you make the work easier to accomplish. Effective communication is about what others hear, not what you think you said. Let's go back to those non-world-class meetings you feel stuck in and help you to be part of the solution. On the marathon status call, you're legitimately frustrated. Too many resources tied up, few participate. But is coming across frustrated productive? Step 1 of effective communication is how you show up. Think of this as your energy or vibe. You can make the work harder or easier before you utter a single word. Let go of emotions that won't help you objectively see the situation or come across the way you want to be heard. Form a good relationship with yourself. Don't let frustration get the best of you. A few deep breaths helps. Ask yourself, what holds you back? Afraid to step on the facilitator's toes? Or people think you're not a team player? Figure out what's going on within so you can be open about it. Step 2, put yourself in others' shoes. Who knows what tough stuff they're going through? Approach in a way that will land for them. Would you rather help a complaining colleague or one who first acknowledges and appreciates you? Would your boss be more receptive if you're defeatist and timid, or hopeful and self-assured? Choose an energy that supports how you want to be perceived and the work to be done. Step 3, get clear on your intention. What do you want to happen that supports the whole team? Speaking up genuinely to help the whole, you're not going to look bad. Quite the opposite. These 3 steps in action go like this. Starting with how you show up, exhale any negativity, inhale an intentional energy, like inspiration and possibility. Your words might be, hey team, here's an observation. Welcome your thoughts. First, I appreciate we all want productive meetings. And thank you, Scott, for all you do on each week's agenda. I'm noticing many of us join the call, not so many actually engage. Almost feels like the fear of missing out compels us to attend. I'd be up for less meetings. What if we step back, revisit the outcomes, attendees, and how we engage? Please note, I raise this in the spirit of our working even better together. Thoughts? In 30 seconds, you said it. You put it on the table. Saw others not in agreement. Way to interact powerfully, openly, and honestly. When you say it skillfully, you also help other voices be heard. As MIT Media Lab's research tells us, on high-performing teams, members talk and listen roughly equally. They keep contributions short and sweet. This balances the quiets and the noisies. Quiets are the voices or viewpoints we don't hear enough of. As a result, the group misses not only functional or market expertise, but also key observations or perspectives. People may stay quiet for many reasons, from cultural norms or past family dynamics to introversion or fear they're not right. Noisies are dominant voices hogging airtime. Speaking freely, they're unaware the quiets find it difficult to enter. Jumping in early, Noisie's opinions can sway the group's thinking. It's not good or bad to be either. The opportunity is balance, to benefit from all voices, including the unpopular ones so often tough to share. Even with good intention, it can be challenging to hear all voices and get the best ideas. It's terrific if the leader or facilitator calls out imbalance, but any member, including you, can and needs to raise this awareness. If you're uneasy at times using your voice, know this: you're not alone. You may be a CEO delivering tough feedback or bad news, a highly qualified engineer advocating for a promotion, or a new hire admitting you made a mistake. Everyone struggles at times to say what needs to be said and hear what needs to be heard. Everyone has the opportunity to say it more skillfully, to be more a part of the solution, or more similar than not. And here's the game changer. It cannot be a secret that we're all a part of the problem. When Ford Motor Company was losing $17 billion, renowned CEO Alan Mulally said, "We can't manage a secret. Addressing issues means knowing about them." We must help all voices be heard. I emphasize we. You are not an innocent bystander if you don't share what your leaders need to hear. And leaders must appreciate that your people may have a very different experience than you think. You leaders watching this know to say, "Team, I get it. I'm part of the problem. I asked you to be open, and thinking back, I may have judged, snapped, and even put down those who were. I apologize for that. Going forward, when someone tells it like it is, I'll say thank you. That may not have been easy to say. If I don't, call me out. Hold me accountable to model creating space where we all say what needs to be said." For the rest, putting on others' shoes is vital too. Your epiphany may be, people don't magically know my view or feelings. It's on me to find the right words to speak up. Now we're in it together. Mutual accountability. We're all part of the problem and solution. No one needs to accept dysfunction and sit frustrated on the sidelines. Just think, you've studied hard, worked hard, made sacrifices, all to play small? I don't think so. People who look back on their lives rarely regret the things they've done. It's what they didn't do. And those regrets go far beyond bucket list adventures like climbing Mount Everest. Many people live in two different worlds. The world of the imagination, where they savor their dreams, and the world of reality, where they spend their days. Say it skillfully is the key to the gate that separates the two. It's essential to your success. One last thing. Skillful doesn't mean perfect. Say it skillfully is an art that requires finesse. I may be able to say something in a way that doesn't work for you, and vice versa. Finding your voice, one that's effective and authentic to you, is how you can be who you are and say what needs to be said. You can do it. It starts with the courage to give it a try and a little practice. First, be intentional with your energy or vibe and how you show up. Second, put yourself in others' shoes. Third, serve the whole. It doesn't take much to shift in a highly positive way. Embracing a few simple skills will both amp up your work and improve your relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. For my part, I've created resources to show you the way. Once you give yourself permission to say it skillfully, to play big, you won't go back. You will be free to be a human at work, and we will achieve more together than we ever could apart. Together, we'll win as one.